Democrats have pushed back against accusations that some of its rising stars are anti-Semitic. But Bernie Sanders, who is Jewish, grew up Jewish, is making that a lot harder by trotting out Linda Sarsour as a campaign surrogate. Now, Sarsour, of course, has defended Sharia law, supports the anti-Israel BDS movement, and has ties to the Palestinian terror group Hamas. Joining me now is Dr. Kanta Ahmed, member of the Council on Foreign Relations, and Asra Nomani, co-founder of the Muslim Reform Movement. Dr. Ahmed, this obviously sends a pretty bad message to pro-Israel Jews, but what kind of message does it send to American Muslims?
So this is very clear. It's not surprising at all that the left, the contemporary left or the far left, is embracing someone who has Islamist sympathies. Certainly, Linda Sarsour, like me, is a Muslim, is a woman of color, is a daughter of migrants, but she embraces a virulent anti-Semitic BDS stance. She has actually demonized Jewish Zionists. She's excluded from the Women's March Jewish Zionists who wanted to support and stand in solidarity with women. And this means that the left is very comfortable seeing as a badge of belonging, as a marker of belonging, fraternizing with anti-Semitism, even when it comes in the disguise, in the sum of all virtues of this woman wearing a veil of color, which is what a lot of American culture now, popular culture, worships, is this kind of victim chic. So it's really devastating for us. We want to see Muslims in political power. I'd like to see a Muslim like Asra Nomani in political power with her pluralistic and liberal ideas. But this is illiberalism in the left marrying with anti-Semitism.
And Asra, you filmed this about a week ago, and the language is a bit shocking. Let's watch.
Netanyahu and Donald Trump are all fascists. Every single one of them is a fascist. Allah wants you to stand up against fascism. I'm pretty sure that Allah will be in approval of us banding together as a community and saying that we will not allow an Islamophobe, an anti-Muslim bigot. They want the Muslims to be afraid. They want you to not talk about Palestine and about Kashmir. We will come back in 2021 and we will triumph together.
Asra, your reaction when Sarsour said that?
So I was in Houston. It was for the Islamic Society North America Conference. I've been reporting on her penetration into the Democratic Party for the last decade. And I was shocked at how she used shame and this holier-than-thou attitude to try to basically goad Muslims into voting how she wants. At this conference, I picked up the American flag, MuslimDemocrats.org.
On the flag.
Yeah, because this is what they've done is a calculated strategy. Just like Kanta was just saying, they have used the liberalism of America to bring their illiberal ideas. And it's really tragic for America because that next night then, while Linda Sarsour was saying that we've got to get this fascist out of the White House, Bernie Sanders came to town. And he did his speech, got a standing ovation from the Muslims. And down in the bazaar, I got this book. That's The Rights of the Spouses. And it says here that the Muslim man can beat his wife. And
that's a book. Wait, that was a book for sale?
At the conference.
At the conference.
At the conference.
Well, okay, where are the feminists here?
Yeah.
Okay, where are the feminists in the United States who would stand up for
right.
I got to borrow this.
If you just flip through it and you just look at the headings, and then you look at this one that was also sold at the conference. Kanta will know this book. It's one that most Muslims know, The Reliance of the Traveler. It sounds great. A nice chapter on jihad and why we should wage jihad against the Jews and the Christians.
Okay.
So this is where Bernie Sanders...
This is where the Democrat Party is now, waging, this book for sale downstairs, where she's, celebrated. Now she's endorsing Bernie.
Right.
Dr. Ahmed, really quickly, intersectionality. You talk about this word. You hear it on college campuses. We got like 20 seconds. What is it?
So it came out as a very sensible legal definition to make sure that workers that were African American and female were treated equally. That is an American value. But today, intersectionality is like a competition of who is the most valuable victim. It is including all victims except the Jew. The Jewish person, who is the survivor of the world's worst genocide in history, is excluded from the fourth kind of iteration of intersectionality. And that is what is the strong current carrying this kind of a feminist into the modern Democratic Party.
Yeah, and you know, it's just as Kanto was saying, this idea of humanity, it does not extend to the Jewish.
They're not. They don't think of them as human.
Exactly. And
They are. In their view, they're not human. Even though she said Sarsour would be so great to have the first Jewish American president.
No, it's
And
because he dares to be anti-Israel. That's why she'll support him.
Sorry, Asra. So very important. This is not all Democrats. This is not representing centrist Democrats, many of whom are my beloved Jewish friends. This is pulling the party to an extreme direction.
They have to fight for their party.
All right, guys, this is it. I mean, we're going to have you back. We always do, because this issue is not going away, especially with Linda Sarsour campaigning with Bernie Sanders.